Hello and welcome to another unboxing first look at the Legio Custodes Pallas Grav-Attack tank. It's a small sort of land speeder type vehicle, smaller than your Custodes tank with those big accelerator cannons, whatever they're called. So it's another new release. It's £60. Quite expensive for sort of like a small Land Raider-ish kit. I would have sort of expected 40 or 45, but we'll see. We'll open this up and we'll see what we get. It comes in sort of this say medium-sized box. Yeah, these have just come out. This and the Contemptor Dreadnought. So. Now, the Contemptor wasn't really checked by anyone. It didn't have one of these in there, but this one does. Now, according to my fellow YouTuber, Leaky Cheese, I would suggest you check out his channel because he really goes into depth with all the Forge World models, and he did a excellent analysis of sort of faults with all the kits that he's bought, and he has bought quite a lot of kits. His statistics basically found out that 37% of Forge World models are faulty, and 87% of vehicles are faulty. And it doesn't really make much difference whether you buy them in the Forge World Warhammer World store or whether you order them online. So this being a vehicle, got all my fingers and toes crossed. Let's see. Apparently it was checked by a human, WJ. So there you go, sir. Let's see if this has all the parts and that they're of decent quality. So that's what the tank will look like. Legio Custodes Pallas Grav-Attack. Designed as a high manoeuvrability hunter-killer, the Pallas pattern Grav-Attack squadrons provided by the Legio Custodes with a rapid strike capacity greater than that which could be afforded by the use of ground troops alone. That's a huge sentence that just, doesn't read very well. Based upon the advanced repulsor lift technology pioneered by the Coronas, which we haven't seen yet, well, we have seen, but it's obviously not out or anything. The Pallas's battlefield role came to resemble more that of the landspeeder among the Legion's Astartes, relying increasingly on its superior agility to inflict devastating hit-and-run assaults on the enemy or to hunt down fleeing targets. Yeah, I get that. It's a quick little agile vehicle with its repulsor lift technology, but really, wouldn't you go for a Custodes? Because it's got that stupidly good accelerator cannon turret thing on the top, full 360 degree firing arc. This has only got, it's essentially forward firing. It can't even fire sort of 90 degrees, or it doesn't fully rotate. You have to turn on the spot. I don't know how quick these things are able to turn on the spot, but I would have thought it's a damn sight slower than if they had a turret. So I just don't get it in terms of, a weapon of war, and yes, they can get to places quickly and fire probably devastatingly with those front cannons, but the flexibility of the other tank is sort of like hunter seeker. I would have probably be a little bit better, but who knows? We don't know what the rules are. Well, people that haven't gone to the weekend or anything like that, the book isn't out. Who knows? We'll find out. I just got it because obviously it's Custodians and like the model. Moving on to the model, so these are the instructions. So you get a lovely, nice booklet, which is great for a £60 model. You get the same sort of instructions as you get with I think you get these with the Leviathan, with a couple of the Mechanicum units now. Obviously you get it with Mastodon and Porphyrion and things like that. It looks quite a simple, straightforward model. It doesn't look like it's going to take you very long. You just got these two nacelles. That's what they're called. It says that. They're the engines, and then you've got the rear hull to glue, and then the two cannons, which are forward firing. They don't move, any of that jazz. And then you've got the two control surfaces, or directional fins, whatever you want to call them. So it only consists of 12 parts. after washing, you could finish this model in an hour or two. So if you bought 3 of them, I think it's a shame that Forge World don't do like a discount if you do buy 3. If you buy 3 in a bundle, it's the same as buying 3 separately. There's no incentive whatsoever. It's not even like you get a new formation or anything like that. I think it's stupid. Personally, it doesn't motivate you to buy more than one whatsoever. Back in the day, Games Workshop, when Land Raider was first released, you bought 3 Land Raiders and you actually got more. You actually got money off. It was cheaper to buy 3 Land Raiders in a pack than just to buy them all separate, and it was a good £15–20 discount. Forge World should be doing that with this, in my opinion, because people will be more motivated to do that to sort of offset very high postage costs. Because again, you buy 3 with no discount, and your shipping has just gone up by a huge amount too. Anyway, rant over. Let's have a look at the model. So you get it in this bubble wrap. Always short of bubble wrap. Another thing I'm always short of is baggies. So let's open this. I will be putting this and the Dreadnought into soak overnight, and then I'll be building them over the weekend, and hopefully I'll get you the reviews of both of them next week, Wednesday. White Dwarf is due any moment. As soon as that arrives, again, that video will come out. So and then we've actually got the FAQ in a week or two as well. So plenty for the content, and the update is on its way. I have to say, it's looking good. I'm going to be very chuffed to bring it to you. It's just a case of, I bought quite a few models recently, and I want to, like before, I want to bring you all the models that I own and show you them all, rather than having, oh, by the way, I've got a Reaver Titan that's, you know, snuck in a box somewhere, like the last update video. I want to give you everything. So this is what you get. You get one of these sort of large cavalry bases. It actually looks like the same size as Belisarius Call comes on, I think. Looks very similar. This is the engine, this is the hull, and that probably just sits on like that. And that just sits on like this, like so. And you get one of these fine bases. Haven't yet glued my base of my Caladius tank on there yet, so we'll see. So you actually get a small sort of base with this one. That obviously goes on there, just glues on there, and that will glue on like so. I would encourage you to sort of paint the model first, and then paint the base, and then glue them separately. And then when you're storing them, I'd probably store them upside down, if that makes sense, with the base upright, or you might want to just magnetise that with a strong magnet and magnetise it to the base. Probably underneath the bases, there's probably room. These are the exhausts, or the engines, as I said. That's the other engine stack. They're the fins, and then they're the guns. So very quick, easy, straightforward model to make. The only sort of issue you might get is with the stand and the base. Everything else seems quite straightforward. Just show you some of the detail. Not really any problems as such that I can see. They're having a few problems with slippage sort of on the bottom, but not too bad. Let's just have a look at the other one. Again, yeah, not too bad with the slippage there. No bubbles. So yeah, well done WJ, all the parts in there, and they're all of a sort of decent quality. And the guns themselves, they sort of look like las cannons, like assault las cannons, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see for the rules. So there you go, that is my unboxing and first look of the Legio Custodes Pallas Grav-Attack tank. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.